is Thursday, May 28. Welcome to CGN News. The United States government has committed an additional $300,000 to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 in Jamaica, according to the U.S. Embassy. The funds being provided through USAID will go directly towards Jamaica's emergency response, which will see USAID coordinating with the government of Jamaica, local non-governmental organizations, and other stakeholders to identify priority areas for investment. U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica Donald Tapia said Jamaica has done a commendable job at addressing the spread of COVID-19 in this country. This additional $300,000 will add to the more than $1.7 million the United States has already provided to support Jamaica's COVID-19 response. USAID explained with these emergency response resources, it will seek opportunities to support risk communications and messaging disseminated through social media, raise awareness of prevention measures and good hygiene practices through behavioral change, communication and community engagement, and provide targeted social support to vulnerable groups. As Antigua's tourism sector plans to reopen in June, the government plans to purchase thousands of rapid COVID-19 testing kits for test on arrival of tourists. The original procedure required all travelers to undergo a COVID-19 test 48 hours before boarding a plane to V.C. Bird International Airport, but according to Prime Minister Gaston Brown, that plan was impractical. Brown, however, assured that all safety protocols, including pre-screening of airplane passengers that were in place before the closure of the country's borders in March, will continue. He revealed that the particular rapid test under consideration for the arrival of tourists has an 87% accuracy rate. Barbados continues to be a haven for hundreds of staff on board vessels stranded at sea since cruises were cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Over 300 staff of Royal Caribbean Cruises who were quarantined at sea since March 16 departed the Grantley Adams International Airport on a rescue flight arranged with British Airways. This rescue flight came 2 months after much uncertainty. The staff were on board alone from March 16. They were docked off Miami originally, then changed ships in the Bahamas and sailed to Barbados. International news. In Iran, a 14-year-old girl has been murdered by her father while she slept. The man beheaded his daughter with a farming sickle in an honor killing. Reza Ashrafi, now in custody, was apparently enraged when he killed his daughter Romina after she ran away with a 34-year-old man. In traditional societies in the Middle East, including Iran, blame typically falls on a runaway girl for purportedly having sullied her family's honor rather than on the adult male luring away a child. Romina's killing has sparked a national outcry, and people have condemned her death. Gunmen have killed dozens of people and wounded many others in a series of attacks on several villages in the Nigerian state of Sokota, according to police and residents. The authorities say so far 59 bodies have been recovered, while a search operation for more victims is underway. This is one of the most deadly attacks in several years in Sokota, one of the states affected by gunmen who often target communities to kill or kidnap people for ransom. The gunmen usually attack overnight, but residents say this time the attackers, armed with guns and machetes, arrived on motorbikes in broad daylight, shooting and hacking the villagers to death. The attackers then fled. At least 5 villages were targeted in the Sabon Birni area. Nissan's UK factory in Sunderland will stay open as the Japanese car maker carries out a global restructuring amid the coronavirus pandemic. The car maker also announced it will close its factory in Barcelona with the loss of about 2,800 jobs, prompting protests at the Spanish plant. Hundreds of workers gathered as burning tires blockaded the site, which Nissan said would close from December. Nissan is cutting production amid falling sales and rising losses. On Thursday, the car maker revealed a $6.2 billion net loss in the last financial year, the worst result for more than a decade. Nissan is part of a three-way alliance with Renault and Mitsubishi, which are restructuring global operations to enable them to work more closely and cut costs. As part of its plans, Nissan said it would focus on several key markets, including Japan, North America, and China. 4 boats carrying 60 migrants have been intercepted off the Kent coast in England. The Home Office said 57 men and 3 women had crossed the English Channel on Wednesday in small boats. Those on board the boats presented themselves as Iranian, Sudanese, Yemeni, Syrian, Ethiopian, Egyptian, Afghan, Eritrean, and Iraqi. That's it for your CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.